Hey guys, thanks for watching Bitcoin Geekend, and today is 2016 May 16 and this is a time of 9:57 Tokyo time. Yes, we are reaching to the 3000 CNY again, and this is the usual suspect to put the price back down. So I just want to see a little bit interesting thing, and so we just go from there, right? Okay, so recently, I found a pretty interesting article that was back in May 14, and Japan, hey, that's my country, thanks. Yeah, well, Japan could come to the dominate Bitcoin landscape, and this article says Japan is now the second biggest marketplace regarding the Bitcoin volume, and the number shows like this. And I'm not really 100% sure if the Japan is the second largest. This is the exchange list, and yes, we do have got a little CoinCheck JPY here. However, it doesn't look like pretty much dominating the CNY, still the same market, right? So, however, if Japan is number 2 or number 3 or whatever it takes, that's something worth looking at, right? Well, true, in the forex market, retail trading market in Japan is the number 1 in the world. So the individual trader really likes trading. That's for sure truth. So if we just can look at a BTC JPY, that may gives us a little interesting picture. And yes, there is a pretty interesting picture. However, the TradingView chart doesn't. There is no broker offering BTC JPY quote. So I artificially create the pair BTC JPY using a little formula here, and this is the artificially made a BTC JPY quote. And if you look at the price movement, that's pretty interesting. Let's just go back to the daily chart to take a look at a little longer perspective. This line represents 50,000 yen, 50000. This is of course the psychological level, and if Japan becomes a number 2 market in the world, this 50,000 will be the key, right? And we are inching up to the 50,000 JPY. Well, of course, this is a synthetic price, so actual price may be a little fluctuating from this area. However, yeah, it's just a number, right? So we are reaching to the 50,000, and at the same time, if you look at, let's just make the chart 2. Okay, so this is the 50,000 JPY, and this is the 3,000 CNY, and which is pretty interesting because Bitcoin is an over-the-counter market, right? So anybody can trade over the world, and some people does trade through CNY, some people does through JPY, and if market participants distribute equally in the world, if the JPY becomes number 2, yes, this 50,000 gives a pretty significant effect to the price. And yes, number 1, 3,000 CNY. Yeah, CNY is the number 1 market. This also gives setting pressure to the market. So this is a sort of the matching up, right? It's aligning 3,000 and 50,000. It's aligning. So this 50,000 level gives people impression to sell, and 3,000 CNY level gives impression to sell to the people, to the general public. So that means this could work again, right? This could work again. And however, if I look at the chart, well, for me, CNY chart is a more clear-cut picture. So from this point, I just want to concentrate on the BTC CNY. We sometimes need to trick the brain. So we are so accustomed with the market is hitting this ceiling, and back down, back down, back down. So our mindset is sort of, hey, this is 3,000 again. So we just need to be prepared for the coming price back down again. So let's just give a little bit different idea to this chart. So let's just flip. Okay, So I flip the chart, and this gives a little bit interesting perspective, right? If we draw a horizontal line, well, this chart looks like a desperate stock share market, like a, well, we could say like a dead cat bounce or whatever we want, like a huge bounce comes back and bounce, and the bounce height is coming lower and lower and lower, and finally it breaks. That's usually the case. So if we just take a look at the chart as an upside down, that could be interesting, right? There's a, well, and as of today, previous high is coming and to the really the point. So this may break. Well, nobody knows the right answer. However, it could break, right? Say moving average exponential, and let's just put in my favorite 21 and see what happens. Well, it's not really matching, so we're just gonna tweak it a little bit. What about 55? Yeah, 55 may give a little better picture. What if we just give us 90? Well, 90 may be good because this is touching, and it's working like this. So the scenario is, if the price breaks, yes, it goes, and if the price comes back up again, this area, like a moving average, this is the dynamic support or resistance, and this is coming down. So this may be the area that price comes back down. So that's pretty much the previous high. So I just gonna flip the chart back, and that means around this area, right? So if this pair fails to penetrate to the upward, or this may bring the price back down to 2800, right? And if this 3000 level really breaks, which I hope for myself, probably the price target is somewhere around breaking up like this triangle. Let's just clone the height and brings back here. So that's gonna be somewhere around 4200. That's probably the visual target. So maybe the 4000 is more practical target. However, we never know. May see the price backs down again. However, once again, every time it hit the 3000, the magnitude of dropping the price down is coming weaker, right? It's coming weaker and coming weaker and coming weaker. So these arrows gets only shorter and only shorter and only shorter. So that means selling pressure is becoming weaker. So this is the selling pressure, selling pressure, selling pressure, selling pressure. So we may be breaking up, right? That's what I hope. Right, so that's the market, that's a view that I retain right now. And so if you guys like the video, please leave me a comment. That's gonna be great. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video and have a good day. Bye.